Alright everyone, welcome back to the 2023 Imperium Cup for Dune Imperium, the Rise of X and Immortality expansions. I'm your host and commentator, the BlackShadow. We're continuing our coverage of the group stages for the competition, and we've got some Week 4 action coming in here now. For Group P, it's featuring players mainly sort of from Central, going towards Eastern Europe and such. I'm looking forward to this one here, as Group P is coming pretty close to a conclusion. Just a few games left to be played. Here's a look at the standings. It's the only group in the entire competition that only has 9 players instead of 10, so the fixtures are slightly different. But this one's going to be featuring Muchaz, also known as Kirby, Morsu, Fweak, and Valen, who I've been looking forward to covering a game for in this competition. Now, a couple things to note for Valen. First of all, it's probably Valen, but I just say Valen out of habitualness, and so that's just what I'm going to call them. Second of all as well, those that watched the previous competition, the GPI, will know that I actually had Valen down as a dark horse to go all the way, make their way to the finals. And they had a really good group stages, although unfortunately got knocked out kind of in brutal fashion in the knockout phases. So hoping that they can do one better this time. It's not been a great group stage for them, however, so far. Only a couple of games played, but only a second and third place currently, so desperate need a point to try and stay with the top 4, maybe even find a way to crack into the top 2, which is definitely on the cards here. Greedy Grill with 3 from 3, I will feel very confident that they will hold on to one of the 2 top places, but it's not guaranteed as of yet. Kirby and Captain Best, both with a win behind them, can't catch Greedy Grill, so very much looks like a fight for second place is on here. Looking further down the group here as well, Fweak's only played 1 game, getting a second place to the Greedy Grill in one of those matches, and Morsu's played a couple of games, but yet to get anything meaningful from any of the matches. So definitely pressure is going to be on Morsu to get a good performance in here to try and give him a chance of finding a qualification spot. Valen and Kirby, though, definitely it's a big battle for them. If Kirby can win this match, they will feel that they've got a very good shot of holding on to second place and automatic qualifications to the quarterfinals. Valen is going to have to play the role of spoiler. Alright then, so get us over to the match here. The players got started slightly early, so unfortunately we've missed the draft process, which is fine. It is Valen who's in first position, so it was last round of pick first here. So we got Beast, Tesia, Hundro, and Ekaz here going on, and they left Romba and Yuna. I'd say it's probably a pretty standard sort of picking phase. You could argue if you want to pick Tesia or Beast in fourth position, but other than that looks pretty standard. Let's look at the rows here just to get ourselves into the game quickly. Contaminating Crinogenes up in the opening row. Crinogenes is definitely a card that at the start of the game has a lot of curious value because of that extra 2 Solari. That can be a way for someone to get Smuggle, Swordmaster, and Crinogenes get around that. But obviously, as a card afterwards, it can be a bit tricky. Contaminate is very strong for 1 specimen as well. Only the throw and access, but very, very good. Then we get to the Imperium row, which is pretty good here. There's some very nice cards, Opulence and for Humanity, but they're going to be probably a bit outside term on price range. But Other Memory and Shifting Lynches both looking pretty good here. As for our techs, we've got Disposal Facility, which is pretty good early. If you can get that, that could be really nice. Troop Transports will probably for whoever goes shipping first. And then the Detonation Devices on the opening row. So we'll see if anyone is tempted to have a piece of that. Other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to good to go. So we're going to get rocking and rolling here. So very interesting to note there from Hundro Moritani. Wow, what a decision! So Hundro leaves Disguised Bureaucrat off there, going for Advanced Weaponry, which definitely might have some relevance to the Detonation Devices. We're underway here. So Hundro's going to open up with Smuggling here. Ekaz has got 1 faction card, but not 2, so Fold Space and just start shipping early seems likely. Definitely see a Fold Space and then get Signet Ring, grabbing Shifting or something. Tesia with 1 faction card. It is the Victory Point Conflict here, so not outrageous to consider going Hardy Warriors for the point. But it's awkward because Beast is behind you. So Tesia could also just opt for Steel Suits here and kind of reassess. And then Beast is up. Beast has pulled Diplo and a Ring, but he's got no daggers. No, all Persuasion here. So both his City Access in his first hand as well. So Tesia with a decision here. I think Hardy's fine, Wealth is fine, Steel Suits is fine, and opts for Wealth in the end here. So Beast is going to be able to go Steel Suits and then use his Ring to really heavily challenge the fight here. and is going to look to take this opening point down. I don't think anyone's going to really get in the way here. Maybe you might see Ekaz go to Carthag or something. Hunjo's up. He's got his Diplo. He doesn't really want to go Hardy Warriors, truth be told. But he doesn't particularly want to go Secrets either, truthfully. But he's going to have to pick one of them. So he's going to go Hardy Warriors. He might just put in just a couple of troops here. No, he does fire in. Wow, okay. So he's going to put Beast to the task here. And tell him what does he want to do here. Beast with no daggers. Rather fortunately for Red here, but does have his rings. Let's just see how that's going to go down. Ekaz is up. I could definitely see a trip to Carthag. Maybe once in a blue moon you go, like, mining to, like, Basin. But I think Carthag with 2 swords looks pretty good. See what you find. Obviously picking up the bureaucrat that Hunjo left on the side here. What do you do with 2 daggers? Do you just limp in the 1 troop here? Feels kind of bad when you got both daggers. Like, you're going to want to put in a couple, right? Because of Beast. It's a bit awkward. It feels a bit of a waste of daggers. So I can get putting in 2. We'll take shifting allegiances 100%. Peels off a spiritual here for folks. Everyone's got, it's only a couple of experimentations out there. Tezzy is just going to go for opulence by the looks of it. So he's going to play kind of cagey here. Whether opulence exists when it gets back to her, though, another question. And Beast has the opportunity to strike back here. So Arrakis, put in all 3 troops is good enough to win here. But does he want to? I'll be honest, I do not hate going Arrakis and just shifting it all in here. Because next round, you can go mining, conspire, and restock your garrison. You could just not put anything in, but Ekaz almost certainly has a sword, and 2 troops for 1 spice is kind of expensive, so I would feel pretty compelled to Arrakis and go for it. You know, there's a couple of cards. You don't want to see your Seek allies, basically. It's about the only card you don't want to see. Other than that, like, I don't think it really matters seeing anything else. Either dagger, either experimentation, both are fine. So I think for me, it's Arrakis. If you pull Seek allies, it's not a big deal. You've got a 1 in 3 chance of re-pulling Diplo or Seek allies next round anyways. So I think the odds are with you here. For me, it's Arrakis and get them in. It's a little uncomfortable with Hunjo with the intrigue, but I think you just got to go for it. Does pull the Seek allies. That's a little unlucky for Fweak, also known as largest around. You know, it's a bad draw, but I think it's the right call. You've got to put him in here. And you've just got to say, Hunjo, well, have you got it or have you not? If he's got it, he's got it. You know, it is what it is. Not putting anything in feels like a mistake. Oh, it doesn't! Wow! Hunjo Muratani's gonna get the Duke here. Wow, Fweak probably should have just put them in. And just, like, it would have been good. But he opts to decline. Maybe you're slightly concerned about Ekaz getting the water, but I don't think it really matters. And Hunjo manages to basically bluff Beast off here. Pretty crazy. Hunjo taking Spiritual in order to get hold of bits and pieces here. Talaxu Infiltrator comes up, but no one can get it currently. Yeah, and there's both daggers. So, Beast, 3 troops for 1 spice. It's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. I think he's missed a trick there. Tezia will take Opulence. And Beast probably not feeling too great about things here. Fufia Hawak comes off at least, though, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, for me, would have got it all in. And if he's got it, he's got it. But it's pretty hard. There are not many intrigues at the start of the game which offer swords. So, you know, what you going to do? So, pretty expensive for Beast and Ekaz. Hunjo definitely the profiteer of this conflict. And we're going to move on to the second round. More victory points here. The problem is now it's really hard for Beast to challenge this. I know he's got both his daggers. Oh, that's a bad draw. Could well see Beast go double basin here. Or maybe smuggling if Tezzy opts not to go there. I'm not too sure what Tezzy's going to do here, actually. Shipping for Ekaz. So Tezzy's got some options. Could go Hardy Warriors and just look to take this conflict down. I can't hate going Hardy Warriors here. But we'll go for the block here. So I think as Beast, I'm going probably Basin here. And just Stranglehold Spice. You'd be up to 8 Spice. You've got a lot of stuff coming. Yeah, I think this is the move for me. Just loads of harvesting. And cut people off here. Hunjo's just going to go back to Steel Suits. Might as well. See no reason not to. Obviously, he wants to get some water going for his ring. Interesting to see if Beast decides to go Hagger base and to cut that off. Don't know if he's going to or not. Ikaz will just ship, surely. No reason to really see him doing anything else. Tezia Vernius with Diplo in hand. Has a Signet Ring as well, but, I mean, both are kind of going to do the general sort of thing. So, question is, does Tezia Vernius want to go Hardy Warriors? That's the question. It's still there and no one's put any troops in. You figure it's just a point, right? Round 2 Arakine's pretty nice. It can't be a bad move, Hardy Warriors, and just get it in. You could also opt to go Carfag. No one else has any Diplo left, unless Beast redrew it, which is possible. But if he redrew it, he's probably going to Conspire. So Tezia opts to go for the Mentat here, basically kind of waiting it out and thinking, well, next round, she can always just smuggle and get the Swordmaster, so it should be fine. Beast does cut off Hundro here from using his ring. That's kind of rude, but, you know, it's not a bad move there. I like that. Rather than spend the extra water there, cut off the ring here. Don't let him cash it in. I mean, that's kind of a... It's kind of a mean move, but I like it. It's probably going to force Hundro to go Carfag here, I would imagine. I expect that's what we'll see, is a trip to Carfag as a response. He's going to try and find a way to get around this. Beast only puts in the 1 troop. Well, Hundro gets a redraw. Finds illicit dealings. That's just a redraw of an intrigue. As well as the extra bumps. Obviously pretty good. Charisma next. It's pretty nice. No surprise Beast didn't put in both, but I guess figures 1's alright. So Ikaz going to reel for 5. Might see a row rip here. There's some good stuff for him. He'll take the Infiltrator, though, of course. Going to be very strong for him. Ikaz only just straight took the money, which is interesting. Taking a lot of cards there. Playing Coupling, Water Peddler. It's a lot of cards to buy. Tezia will now go Hardy Warriors, and knowing that she's good. I think you just put in all 4. I'd be a little bit worried about Hundro. Could try putting in 3. Looking at the daggers. Knows that Hundro's got a dagger. If he's got an ambush, he'd feel pretty silly. I think just putting the 4 and just securing it can't be a bad move. You could go for 3 and try and cheap it a little bit. But you really want the point here. So, I think it's going to be 3. Yeah, putting in 4, just make certain of it. You know, I'm not surprised to see that at all. Okay, then. So, Beast is going to reveal for a couple of swords. He'll pick up Dissecting, I imagine. Hundro has 5. I think we might see Hundro rip the row here. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. Unless something good comes off, like that's a good card. He'll have a piece of that. Beast also taking Carino Genes, the idea being that he's prepping up for Conspire to get his Swordmaster in a couple of rounds. Well, a TM has appeared, and that's going to sit there for a moment, I suspect. I don't think Hundro is going to do anything else here, and that's going to be all to be resolved here. Nothing else to do. Tezia's got free Persuasion. Don't know if Tezia will rip the row with 3. It's a bit of a gamble. You know, it's a bit of a liberty. There's not a lot of stuff you're really looking for, other than like some cheap faction access as Tezia. I don't know what you want to do here. You could Could just take a liaison. I think just taking a liaison's okay. Might not buy anything. And ops, not too bad looks of it. Yeah, nothing to be done here. So, battle wheel resolved as is. So, Beast with the plus for money. With oh, no, that's what he's doing. The Carino genes. It means he's guaranteed to get Swordmaster next. It's a nice little pick up there from Fweak. Good paying attention. So, Tezzy will not be able to beat him to it. With any shipping or anything like that. So, Beast is going to be good here. Round 3, sort through the chaos. It's the Mentat conflict. This has plenty of value in like the early rounds. Like extra Asian action is pretty good when people are busy fighting for Swordmaster. So I think people might want a piece of this. Also, the money at the moment's pretty good. No Swordmasters outside of Beast about to claim it. Wow, what a hand from Beast, by the way. Good grief, his hand's almost too good. Bit unlucky to pull Diplo, Seek allies, and Fufia all at the same time. That's kind of unfortunate. Might we see Beast have some Highlander action this round? I don't know. It's possible we might see like some Fold Space Highlander from Beast after his Swordmaster. I don't know. Tezzy's up first. Has Opulence in hand. She obviously wants to use it, but needs to go shipping first. But the problem is can't do it because of the fact she doesn't have the access yet. And can't just smuggle... The plan for Tezzy was just to go smuggle Swordmaster. That was entirely the plan, but Beast has managed to cut that off, so... Problem here for Kirby. He's in some strife here. I wouldn't hate just going Opulence and just taking... with Wealth and just taking 5 coins. Like, it can't be a bad move. And what you could argue to do is, as long as you get hold of something from the conflict, you would get to your 8 Solari, right? I think that's what we're going to see from Tezia. Probably like a Carfag trip, or go to Arakeen. Obviously, if someone Arakeen, that'd be good for her. But I think Beast has the Swordmaster now in case someone does Arakeen. Seems good to me. And then might see Seek's Fold Space Highline here from Beast. I think it's a very possible move here. Hunjo's just going to charge the Talaxu Spice. He could have perhaps gone up and trashed one of those daggers, though, I'm not going to lie. But I get him chasing it. So, cash taken. Again, had to do it because of Tezia sitting on 7. Kaz has his Infiltrator with his So, interesting spot here for Ekaz. Ekaz could just go instead of shipping and just take the money and just infiltrate Swordmaster. And you know what? I think that's actually not a bad move. I think that's not a bad move. Get it done, and yeah, he agrees. Just going to go ahead and get hold of his Swordmaster now. So, money everywhere. It's going to eye up some people maybe going Mentat here. I wonder if Tezia would... Nah, I don't think there's any reason for Tezia to Mentat. It doesn't seem to do a lot here. I think it's just Carfag put them in. Wow, Tezia is owing for High Council. Tezia Venus is after Talaxu Master. She's going to sack it off thinking, well, it's going to be a while. You have to wait a while for my Swordmaster. I might as well just go for TM here. As I accidentally reset the camera. Apologies for that. So, do we see Fold Space Highline here? No. Gonna see Steel Suits. I think when he might put both these troops in here. I'd like to see Beast not use Fufia to get that intrigue. I'd like to see that. So, Hundro could go Mentat if he wanted. He also could just go Carfag and put in the Dreadnought, which I expect is what we'll see. Arakeen. Ooh, I did not like that. He's after TM as well, that's why. He figures, well, if I get it, I get 5 Persuasion, I can grab TM. But Tezzy is surely going to beat him to it with that High Council trip. Yeah, I get it, but I think for me it was Carfag. Didn't really like the Arakeen move. I think it's just a bit too slow. Like, Tezia, surely that's what she's going for. She's never got enough for humanity. Didn't particularly like that. Anyways, Ikaz will get his Swordmaster. Tezia will take the TM. And then what does Beast do? Bit surprised Beast didn't put in both troops at Steel Suits. It would have given a bit more flexibility. Now he can consider going Conspire. He can consider going Slip the Breeding and still like challenge for the intrigue. So I don't know what the plan is here. I don't feel like he's going to Highlander anymore. Also, there's tons of spice at Great Flat, and he's going to have to hope that Ikaz doesn't pick it up. Fortunately for him, Ikaz can't get it. He is going selective. No, he's just going to pick up the spice now. And not worry about it. Fair enough. So Hundro will take the conflict. Says he's having a good route through the Beast discard. I don't know what... I love it when people do it. Like, I bet half the time I don't even think they really know what they're looking for. But alas. Andro has 3. Could go to 5. I like taking Jamis here. When you're challenging for the Fremen Alliance, I think Jamis is a nice solid card. I think it's good for its price. Does agree. Kaz gets to go to Carthag. And limp a troop in for an intrigue is pretty good. Oh, he finds Finesse. Hello. That's pretty nice. Might well see Kaz go after the... Spacing Alliance here with that, although he has nothing to finesse away from currently. Got to put in at least 1 troop. He's thinking, does he put in 2 for the intrigue to guarantee it? 1 is fine, as it turns out, but he doesn't know that. He could definitely look at Beast discard and realize Beast has got all his daggers away. So, yeah, 1 is good. No need to really... You could go in and fight Hundro for the Mentat, but he's not really worried about it too much. Hundro is going to try and get out a detonation before we're said and done. Beast rips it at 4. Finds Gunfault. It's about the only card he really wanted. Didn't want Freighter Fleet. Treachery and Wormrise both out there. Both good cards. Couple for Ekaz. I expect Ekaz will take Freighter Fleet. It's a great card to be able to reveal and then trash with Coordination. So I thoroughly expect that's what we'll see Ekaz take. Unload cards are fantastic for him. So goes for the Liaison instead. I think when you're already dominating shipping, I think putting an absolute stranglehold on that would have been my move, but okay. I guess the Liaison's fine, but I think Freighter I would have preferred. So Valen gets the Mentat, picks up Refocus, which is okay, I guess. Ekaz finds Diversion, which, you know, maybe he's wishing he got Freighter Fleet now. A couple of coins about, we'll move on. So, here we go then. Round 4 is Terrible Purpose. More victory points for the conflict. And Beast has not pulled amazing. Is it time for some text for Beast? Is it time to go detonation devices, perhaps? It's kind of difficult with no intrigues, though. It doesn't feel great. But maybe it's time for Dreadnoughts. I think he's going to go Arrakis here. I don't know if I do it with my Recon. Well, it doesn't pull great anyways. I think for me, I would be eyeing up Detonation. Detonation and hit a city and put it in and put people to the task. If you can just convert 1 Dreadnought into a Spiceless Fleet, you'd feel pretty happy into a victory, but you'd be happy with that. Here's the refocus for Valen. Hand's pretty decent. Finds another experimentation. No ring. Which I guess they're happy with. No shipping access for Hundro currently. Well, I mean, it's up to the table. Yeah. If the table's fine with it, I'm fine with it. It's up to the tables to police that sort of thing. But you can't expect to get away with that. Certainly later on, people can definitely say no. So they're all okay with that. Hundred up then. I feel like you want to use Contaminator now. In a way, you kind of want to. That's the only thing with Contaminator. It's a great card, but when you have no grafting, or no infiltration, you can't use it immediately. So just going to pick up some spice here. I'm guessing now is Hundred Moritani getting designs of detonation devices here. Can't get it yet. I think it's going to look to combine us with Contaminator here to take this Talaxu spice. Looks like that could be the plan. Casual ship. Tezia needs to go Swordmaster here. The problem is she can't get it. She can obviously hit Wealth in order to get ready. And I think the bump's fine just for snooper stuff anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Tezia go for it. Now, the crazy thing for Tezia is that Hundred cannot get Swordmaster. But she doesn't know that. If she goes well, she's going to get an unexpected Swordmaster here. There's no way to know that Hundred can't get there. It looks like he's got his ring a lot of the time, doesn't it? But I think Wealth has a easy... Yeah, and you see, and that's why Tezia doesn't go there. Not even bothering. But she actually would have got a Swordmaster there, which is pretty wild. So he's just going to pick up a couple of water here. Maybe you might see some research station or something. I'm not too sure. That's pretty insane. Hundred kind of lucky there. Yep. There is detonation. So it is being threatened now. Hollow Projectors comes up next. Hundred's going to Hardy Warriors and put some dudes in, I think, here. Gets his Talaxu Spice. Yellow's going to be pretty annoyed when they see that Hundred had no council access, because now Tezia's got to wait even longer for a Swordmaster. That's the brutal part of this as well, is the fact that not only is Tezia not getting it this round, is she now doesn't get it next round either. Yeah. I think you had to go Wealth and at least threaten it to force Hundred to take it, like, immediately if he had access. It's unlucky. It's amazing he didn't have access. So, does Hundred put it all in? Does he put anything in? Oh, he doesn't. Oh! Talk about open door policy for the Beast here to get some points from detonation. Ikaz is up. Ikaz has got 4 intrigues. He's going to feel a little uncomfortable here. What does Ikaz want to do? You've only got 2 faction bumps currently. You could use planned along with, like, shifting to Haga Basin somewhere. Somehow, and do that, and, you know, secure the Spacey Alliance. I don't know what you're necessarily doing with the money, though. I feel like you've got to use planned coupling to the Bene Gesserit to make shifting the inches more effective, right? Because currently shifting is just basically 2 spice for a bump. Which is, you know, not great. There's no way to get diversion off that I can see on the part unless you get lucky at Carthag with something. I think Secrets is fine. Everyone's got a good reason to go Secrets. No one has any intrigues. You've got 4. Unless you're going to use one right now, I think I would probably hit Secrets myself. Maybe plan coupling and Signet Ring. Go Secrets, pull Freighter Fleet. Protect yourself up here. No one's going to be able to infiltrate. There's only 1 intrigue out there, so the odds of that being infiltrate is highly unlikely. And the problem is, you've got no easy way of using anything right now. Oh, he's going to try and do planned and shifty at the same time here. Oh, it's a little dangerous, this. Hunter's got every reason to go Secrets if you can't get there. If you can get there. So, this is pretty dangerous stuff. Tezia's up. I don't know if Tezia was planning Research Station or not. I don't know what Tezia's planning to do here. She's just going to go and take troop transports? Was she going holo projectors? No, going disposal. So gonna start getting the trashing done here is Kirby. Okay. Getting rid of the dagger. The other dagger will follow afterwards, I imagine. So Beast just goes like Carfag and just takes the points, right? Looks pretty good for him. I'd feel pretty happy with this. Chalmurky comes up. Yep, Carfag it is. We'll just get them in. Oh, fine stage instant as well. Ooh. Ooh, my god. Beast might turn this into a 3-point combat here. Depends how greedy he wants to get. 100 goes wealth and not secrets. We're not Beast. I guess just sitting there with 4. That surprises me. That really surprises me. I think that's since when did secret sealing go so out of fashion? I can't believe Hanjo is going to be able to protect the Ikaz is not going to be stolen from here. That's pretty crazy to me. So it's just an extra bump here. That's all this is. Also surprised Ikaz didn't use plan coupling here. Kind of a weird round, this. But I guess if you just see it differently, it's the way it goes. So Tezia reveals for 6. Surely going for Treachery, you'd feel. Obviously, can trash in play. Remember, Disposal Fit has got to be in play cards, so things that are down on your board. I mean, for me, it's Treachery. Treachery looks pretty good. Threatens all sorts of things. It's a dangerous card for Tezia to have. You want to get these snoopers off. It's a nice way to accelerate that. Basically, Bene Gesserit or Emperor, it's a triple bump. It's pretty juicy. This is wild, by the way. Beast is going to get 3 points from this conflict. He's going to get staged. He's going to be able to get the point and detonate the device here. It's a massive, massive round for Beast. I can't explain enough how huge this is. Yeah, Treachery for me. One Riders is nice, but it's got to be Treachery and does agree. Pupils of Esmar. So Tezia takes off the Recon, thinking, well, I don't have my Swordmaster yet, so I'm going to use this as a way to, you know, to protect my Council Axis, which is reasonable. So Beast takes the Benny sister here. Beast absolutely laughing at this situation. Hunjo reveals for 4. He might use Charisma for Esmar 2ek here, I suspect. Gets the Talaxu Spice as well, so he's doing good on resources. Does he think he can get to both Talaxu points? I'd say with Contaminator, you definitely can. I'd go for it. I would probably spend the specimens for a Beetle Bump, use Contaminator, try and get a couple more specimens together, or just hit a spot on the map, on the board, and yeah, this second Talaxu point is very, very achievable for Red, and should definitely go for it. He's eyeing up on Natural Reflexes, which is also not an unreasonable choice. It makes Contaminator a bit easier to use, and in theory you'd see more of it. You could go either way. I don't hate taking it. It's round 4, so there's a bit of time left in the game. I think a natural's fine. Yeah, it does opt to go for it. Again, depends how you kind of see it. I'd definitely be top decking it as well. And we will see the take for Esmar 2ek here. Oh, Worm Riders. Oh, if he's good with Worm Riders, that tells him he's 100% after the Fremen. I think Esmar's a little safer. Also, just using Esmar to get those spacing bumps might be more useful in the long run, and that's what we're going to see here. Yeah, I think this is a better move. Worm Riders looks nice, but I think this is probably a little safer. Ekaz reveals for 5. Surely he's going to rip the row. He's considering Spice Smugglers, but surely you rip the row here and try and find some good stuff. Find some alright stuff here. Still see Manufacturer's a good card. No chance of getting the Alliance, of course. Benny Talax Researcher's also there. Guild Chief Admin is nice. Goes for Steel Suits in the end. I mean, it's only a water. It's good. I don't know if it'd say it's great for you. So Beast is going to get maximum points from this. Absolute carnage how much he's going to score here. 3 points from Terrible Purpose is wild. But gets it all. So, huge result for Beast there. That's a massive expedient for the game. Next up is Raid Stockpiles. And Beast might go for it again here. He's got Gunfopter, he's got Highliner Access. Dissecting Kit is currently not usable either. I wonder if Beast might go like Wealth, Dreadnought, Highline. I think I would definitely be considering it. So, Hundro needs to graft something with Unnatural Reflexes, which I assume is going to be... it's kind of awkward. Like, you kind of want to use your Signet Ring, but he's just going to use it with Recon. I don't know. I think I would have considered using the Signet Ring there. Finds Jamis. It's pretty nice. So we're definitely going to be seeing the Alliance probably be taken here. Again, Hundro's still with no access to Interstellar. Tezia, I assume, is just going to use Opulence at Wealth and take 5 coins and kind of reassess the situation. Kaz takes Hollow Projectors. He's definitely got a couple of unload cards, Peddler and the Freighter Fleet, so it makes total sense to take Hollow Projectors. Still has dangers, though, with the secrets. I wonder if he uses Finesse now. Just to protect his hand here. I would definitely consider it. Oh, he finds Shifting. That's pretty nice. I think I would be using Finesse and protecting the hand here. You're begging someone to go secrets and steal this stuff from you. How is no one doing this yet? It's, apparently, they must have agreed before the game that no one was going to go ahead and steal anyone's secrets. It's just like, it's a house rule. You know, just forget that symbol exists. Does nothing. It's a misprint by Direwolf. Very surprising. Tezia again's in this position where she's like just got herself in a lot of strife here, Kirby. A little bit unlucky in the previous round, not knowing that Hundred didn't have access, but you know, probably still, I think still should have gone Wealth anyways. Just in the off chance he didn't have access, which he turned out he didn't. And if he doesn't, it means he has to get... Now the problem is now you can't get Swordmaster this round either. So you're going to wait until next round and you're dying on action economy. So I think Tezia has made this tricky. Is this getting to a point where Tezia Vernius ends up just opting not to go for Swordmaster at all and just use Opulence? And just die on actions and just think, I'll just turn actions into points here. I wonder if we might see that from Tezia. It's very possible. Well, it's still awkward for you here. I mean, if you're going to do that, maybe an option is Great Flat Conspire. You need the bumps. There's some spice to be had out there. You want to use Diplo, and if you're not going to use Opulence, you want to reveal it. That's a way of getting the money and still having some behind. I think that's what I would consider doing. I would Great Flat Conspire, and then next round, probably just smuggle, take the cash, and suss it from there. I think that's how I'd be looking to proceed as Tezia. Tezia may also have some potential ways of, like, she's got 6 Persuasion to get hold of Disposal for certainly more trashing, but I think you should not be, like, trying to sabotage your game in order to go for it. I think that's the way I proceed. I think for me, it's Great Flat, probably Conspire with Diplo. I don't really see a lot else to be done here. And then you can use your ring to, like, try and actually challenge for the Emperor Alliance. Double Cross is found. It's nice, but it's difficult for her to use at the moment. That might influence going Conspire more here. But Tezia's got herself into some real problems. So Beast is up. He's going to Selective first. Now, bear in mind with the Thopter can only put in a troop. It can't put in a Dreadnought. Krinogenes is found. So I think Beast is going Dreadnoughts. Oh, he has no money. But he's going to use Krinogenes here, so it might just go Wealth. Get the bump, trash the card. Looks pretty good to me. Hondro obviously gets his Swordmaster. Getting ready for some shipping later. Ikaz can obviously unload the Peddler. Ikaz would love to have gotten to selective breeding. just oh dear. He's going to put in all 4 just to get diversion off here, I imagine. Yeah. So finally gets his hands sorted out here. How no one stole its secrets for like 2 rounds, I'll never know. But they didn't. So Peddler will get unloaded. Means he can't trash it with coordination, it should be noted. That's the only downside of Ikaz with unloading here, is it means that you can't trash it anymore because it's no longer in play. So that is a thing you've got to just bear in mind. Tezia is really going to go tech negotiation to get the... Oh, she's going to Mentat. Oh, finds convincing argument. It's a huge card for her. So now she can Diplo, probably to conspire pretty safely here. Here goes the wealth trip. Unless Beast is conspiring. No, he's just gonna do this. I think that's fine. Intrigue taken. Oh, that's good for him. And now you trash Krino Genes, get out of there and take the specimen. It's done its work. No! Wow, Beast is gonna hope to find it and play it again. Interesting. Steel suits for Hondro. Taking the Alliance of Jamis. Just going to limp the Dreadnought in. Don't need to do anything else here, which is fine. I'd be trashing the dagger out of my hand. Or the discard if it's in there. Which it looks like it probably is. Nope. It's, that's his dagger right there. So I have to trash it from hand instead. Ikaz of an action. Got some choices. I think just hitting a faction with fog space is all right. He's got 7 persuasion. I think Ikaz is eyeing up fold spacing to Arrakis or tech negotiation here to try and get the Spiceman's flow. Problem is, one of his cards is his Freighter Fleet, and he's still got a dagger in there as well, I think. So he's got a couple of cards that give him no persuasion whatsoever. So there's no guarantee of getting the Spiceman's flow. But if you really want to go for it, tech negotiation and pick up like Sonic Snoopers while you're at it doesn't seem terrible. But then it does open you back into the same world of potential secret stealing. You could also just hard buy troop transports. And just use that to get troops in next round. I don't hate that. No, he's gonna fold space. No, now he's going secrets. Okay, so protecting himself here. Finds Stunning Melange, which I don't know if he's gonna be able to use. But if Ikaz does that, I mean, Ikaz is just going for some cash here. He's gonna take this Spacey Alliance. So the question is, does Ikaz draw? There's a couple of cards. I mean, he can find his other Convincing or the Liaison and draw Spiceman's Flow. You probably have to draw here. Oh, he doesn't bother. Wow, doesn't go for it. Oh, he has to draw. There we go. Finds Freighter Fleet, so at least he can get a tech next round. I wonder if he does grab Troop Transports next round. We'll see. Tezia does conspire. It's the only thing that makes any sense here. Oh, that's huge. That is huge for her. Urgent Mission is enormous. Can't use it. Won't use it right now because she wants to trash with Disposal. That's a huge find for her. She's going to need to decide what she wants to do in regards to Swordmaster, though. She's got to decide right now. Does she pay for Opulence? Or does she go for the Swordmaster? For me, I'm probably taking the Opulence point. You could always, again, just smuggle Swordmaster next round anyways. So I think for me, I'm taking the Opulence point. You'll start scoring them when you can. Beast just mines, which means Tezia can now double-cross one of Green's troops to get a Spice if she wants. Hunter reveals for a couple. Takes a Liaison. Ikaz has got 7. So might just take like Benny Talaxa Researcher or something. We'll see what exactly the plan is. Could also go Worm Riders yourself, but with no persuasion there, it feels pretty bad. Unless you're just going to use it for the 2 spice, which is not bad. People don't use Worm Riders enough for the spice. Researcher looks good. Shield Chief Admin's an option. I kind of like your Chief Admin. ECAS can also trash it as well from hand. And I would probably be getting rid of Freighter Fleet right now. So, options available. I think turning up Talaxia Researcher probably feels the best thing to do here. There's some good rewards to be had on the path you're going. But, you know, time is running out, so Researcher can help you try and grab some of those. It's also just grafting. Grafting's great. Graft that to experimentation. So, Guild Chief Admin is taken. The other Freighter Fleet comes, so now takes it. ECAS can trash from hand. With coordinate... Oh, no! ECAS cannot trash from hand. He went factions twice, so he's all in on shipping bumps here. And ECAS could get into some strife now. He's got a 16-card deck. So Tezia reveals for 6. Pays the opulence point. It's the correct option. So, point taken. He's probably just going to have to cash in smuggling as it is hard way here. I mean, taking Researcher looks good for you and agrees. Ooh, and a liaison? Ooh, okay. I mean, I don't hate it. You're kind of cycling out the bad cards, so I think getting liaison to replace those is totally fine. Definitely getting some trashing done. Yeah, looks fine to me. Do you double-cross green for a spice? I don't think so. I don't think so. Beast is going to reveal for 3. Unfortunately, has no troops to put in with Gunfopter, which is kind of sad. But opted to take the experimentation instead of using the Fopter to take out some troops. So maybe he's hoping to get lucky with an intrigue here or something. That's not going to help him here. Takes the Initiate. Some faction access, which is always good. It's a nice card for 1 specimen. And we're gonna move on here. So ECAS gets his rewards. Hundro with a nice cheap 2 spice for his dread, basically on the house. That's pretty nice. Bindu suspension found for ECAS, which he can definitely use next round. I imagine will do, and that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna move on. 2 players as 6 spice. I wonder if we might see an early highline for one of them, if there's a victory point to be had here. And there definitely is. Desert Power. So, there's going to be some tension here between Hundro and ECAS as to whether someone's going to look to opt to highline early here. Binder will be played by ECAS. He would just ship, I imagine. Now, does ECAS take troop transport? I 100% think ECAS should when he's got so much shipping in his hand. You know, it's a way of getting the troops in and ambushing late. So I think ECAS, for me, I'd be going up and down taking troop transports. 100%. Tezia Vernius can get to shipping just... Oh, but her hand is awkward. Her hand is a little awkward here, actually. Treachery's in hand. TM will obviously be revealed. Finally sees TM. It's up and down and taking troop transports for me. You're going to get some value. And does agree. This is a good move from ECAS here. I like this. This is the right way to play this. When you've got so much reveal and like passive trashing of shipping, you're going to get another hit of that somewhere. That's going to catch some people out. Definitely think this is the right move. Goes for the spice, interestingly. I think I would have maybe considered... Well, I mean, I guess he could take the cash. What's he going to do with it? Finds a Benny bump. It's pretty nice. I imagine he'll just use it here. And does. Yep. That's good for shifting later on. So that alliance, obviously, very safe. So, yeah, I think Tesia... Yeah, I think just smuggle down with your ring. Take the cash. And then... You could also just Mentat it. With Talaxia Researcher. Like, when there's a thing, when you're the only person to get Swordmaster, you don't have to go for it. Is Hundred going smuggling? I don't think he's going smuggling that often. Bit of a late deploy from you, Kaz, but... Looks like the table's farm of it. So it depends, Tesia. I think you either smuggle for Swordmaster, or you take Mentat. But if you take in Mentat, you're basically going the rest of this game without Swordmaster. If you want Swordmaster, this, the last chance to get it is now. You're never going to get it again. So, decision time for Tesia Vernius. I guess the other argument is if you take the Swordmaster now, it is a bit late. But the problem is like, then what are you doing with Opulence? I mean, you can just obviously just hit Wealth with Opulence. I mean, that's not a bad move. It's an alliance you can still tackle. You could even go for it with Treachery and just triple bump it and take the alliance basically this round. And I think she's considering doing exactly that. It's the only thing that really makes a lot of sense to Treachery now is the Emperor, because the Bene Gesserit is so far away. Also could consider just Treacherying spacing. But I think I would rather go Emperor with it and just score both points. It's a big moment for Kirby. This is a big decision. It's a tough spot. It's a very difficult decision, this. I don't know what's the right move. I think for me, I would want to be getting my actions here. Because otherwise, next round is just miserable. So I think for me, it's Smuggle Swordmaster. And then Treachery something. The problem is, once you go that far, are you ever going to get... Do you actually have access to Wealth? You've seen Beast hit Wealth before with Carino dissecting. You'd be worried about him going there again. Everyone else needs to start getting some bumps, though. It's been very lightly attended to. It's an alliance to fight for as well. But obviously, if Tesia goes there first, Swordmaster will not be coming this round. Although you have Urgent Mission, so you could go... That's an option, actually. But actually, it's not so good. Problem for Tesia. Tesia could go well first with Treachery, and then Smuggle, and then obviously Urgent Mission to take... to go and take the Swordmaster. But then the problem you've got... is you can't actually... you have no more actions because you used all your cards because your Talaxia Researcher is grafting. And you're never getting to Mentat after all that distance, you wouldn't think. So Urgent Mission's kind of not being used for a whole lot. Unless you're going to use the Talaxia Master, which you're not going to do because currently it has no markers. Wow, she goes Secrets! She goes Secrets, deciding she still wants the troops from the Emperor. Wow. So I think the intention for Tesia is she's going to ring away here when she smuggles. Interesting. Interesting. I don't hate it. So, Wealth, or maybe Conspire. No, it does Wealth again. I think Beast is a little fortunate to get this pairing off twice, by the way. Like, you have very little control over this happening, so I think he's a little lucky. But you take what you can get. Contaminator, 400. Yep, he wants to get these bumps going. It's a point to fight for here. There's 3 players that could highline, though. And that's got to be pretty unsettling. Pretty uncomfortable, this. Does he put them all in? He has no intrigues behind. Everyone else has got a couple. So you're kind of stepping into the unknown here. It's a little scary. Does opt to do so. Kaz has no Hana access currently. I think he's just going to go... I don't know what he's going to do here. Selective, maybe? Might just go Still Suits. We'll see. Kaz looking for some cards to unload, of course. He is going to go Selective. So he's going to just pull a ton of resources, draw, start trashing his freighter fleets. Water Peddler's still in there somewhere as well. I think for me as ECAS, I'd probably be trashing the freighter fleets, I think. I'd rather do that. But he might go for Peddler. I don't know what he's going to go for here. I think I would rather trash it because you've got the manufacturer, so that's kind of getting your water for you. Yeah, freighter fleet will go. Remember, he's got both of them. So draw 2 more. Is that going to recycle ECAS? It is going to recycle ECAS. Well. Pretty crazy ECAS has been allowed, like, just full shipping here. Tesia is up. So, is Tesia going to smuggle? And if she does she cash? Does Tesia even consider going like Arrakis and going for this conflict with Urgent and Double Cross? I think it's fine. Yeah, it's a question of whether he's drawn enough. It looks fine to me. Yeah, Tesia's... This is so uncomfortable, this round. Just really struggling to commit either way here. You feel like you should use Benny Talaxia Researcher to get further with the Researcher. Make it life a lot easier for the Master. She does, Arrakis! Oh no! She pulls convincing! It's no access! So Tesia Vernius is going for this, which is so brave when there is... Everyone else can highline here. And she's gonna go for it. Because if I'm ever gonna win a combat, it's gonna be now. Good grief. This is scary stuff for Tesia. Just fire and flames. But if there's any chance for her to win a combat, she figures it's now. Beast is up. Fufia, Signet Ring in hand. You want to use both of those. Fopter, you'd think normally would get you a decent second or maybe even third place here, but as it turns out, it's far from it. Beast just has to prepare here and get ready for Highliners next round. Yep, Dreadnought bought. He would love to have had Fopter in his next round's hand, but there's nothing he can do about it. Remember, of course, Fopter, as a reminder, cannot put in with Fopter. It's only troops. Only 1 troop for Beast as well. He's going to get Snoopers. So, definitely arming up for a fight here. Private Army is located, which is pretty good for him, but he's going to need some spice. Highline will bankrupt him, so we'll need to go mining afterwards. Hundro's going to use Unnatural. He's going to start... Yeah, he's going to use to get both of his shipping points, I suspect. So, Spice paid for the draw and the bump. I expect we'll see him take a spacing bump as well with the shipping cash-in, I would imagine. Don't quote me on that. Definitely get the feeling this game has gotten very tense. There's a lot riding on it. You know, Kirby feels like if he wants to make top 2, this is a must-win game for him. And he's probably right. Valen's not had a good group stage so far, so it's important to get a good result here. You'd think second is absolute minimum here for Valen. Morsu's not had a good run of it either. Pretty much feels like they probably need to win the game. Fweak's the only person to play 1 and get second place. So, Fweak can get away with not a good result, but Fweak's in a decent position here. That Desert Power conflict was absolutely wild. Basically, almost got, like, bonus points for it. So, definitely feels like the action is just getting a bit tense here. Players being sure. Hundro opts to go up. He is after Chow Murky, I think, next round. So, Ekaz is up. One action left. Not enough for Mentat. 10 Persuasion in hand at the moment. If you play Infiltrate, it's a redraw. I don't even know what you infiltrate with as Ekaz, though. Arrakis, maybe? Double draw? Guarantee the spice? Oh, he's going Research Station. Okay. So he's going to draw pretty much his whole hand now. Don't know if I like going Research Station. That was maybe a bit excessive. But that's just me. He's going to use this to get hold of the Spacing Alliance. I would have thought... No, still doesn't go Spacing Alliance. I'm really surprised. Well, Ekaz is going to get Spice on slot. He's got... Ekaz has absolutely buckets of Persuasion. He's got a Trash, and all his unload cards are in here. Look at that. They're both there. That's pretty amazing. So, I would be doing as Ekaz is I would Holo Project out my dagger, draw whatever comes, trash the dagger, and then hope you get one of your unload cards so you can trash them on reveal in a moment. I think that's the way I would play this as Morsu. You could just trash from your dagger from hand, but why not just unload it first? Get an extra card draw, effectively. That's the thing with Holo Projectors, is you can use that to unload and discard a card and then trash it anyways. So that's what I would do here. Whatever card you find is good. Oh, he really wants the dagger, I guess. I guess he really wants the dagger, but I don't think the dagger's doing a lot for you here. Oh my god, he is going in for this. Holy heck. Well, Tezzy's going to have to respond with double crossing green, surely, here. But it's uncomfortable. Red's got another action. And troops to go. But Ekaz is the one with the intrigues. What on... You feel you've got to double cross someone here. But who do you double cross? Both have issues. Tezzy gets rid of a ring. You feel you've got to double cross now. There's no way you don't. You're probably double crossing green as he just put in more troops. Like Hundro can put in more troops is the issue. This is an absolutely terrible spot for Tezia. But you decided to go for this. Oh, Tezia does a double cross. Oh, no. Oh, man. Beast Ball's his Benny's sister, which he didn't want to see, I don't think. That's a bad draw. He thinks he didn't. Does Valen? Yeah, it doesn't look like that they did. So I think that looks fine to me. It is mandatory, so it's got to be taken. Oh, Tezia, how do you not double cross that? How do you not double cross either of them? It's going to be mayhem, this. Oh, no, and Huntro found Expedite off of the Carfac hit. So Tezia was screwed, as it turned out. If Huntro wants to win it, he can cash in right now. And just send them in. And he's going to do it, so... There's nothing Tezia could do in the end. Here goes the Chow Murky. As mentioned earlier, this is definitely going to be taken. Spice Allies turns up. I tell you what, that's pretty big here. Secret Forces is not usable. Quid Pro Quo technically is, but he won't obviously do it right now. And I guess Hundro's just gonna get this in here, right? I think I'd be taking the spacing bump just in case Tezia doesn't ship for whatever reason. Yeah. Looks good to me. It's a massive expedite pull for Hundro. That basically gets a bonus ring. It's not what Hundro was planning for at all. I mean, you could also go Emperor bump, but I think I prefer taking the spacing bump here, just in case you get the shipping. So does Hundro put it in? I think I do. I think it goes in here. Definitely enough to beat Tesia at least, but Tesia's sitting there with 3 intrigues, so it's all going in. Yeah, there's nothing Tesia could do in the end. It was a little unlucky. Kirby in real trouble here. His options and chances of a top 2 finish are fading away here. Ikaz reveals for a lot of persuasion. I think it's like 11. Ikaz can't win it. He can only get +4 swords. He's currently got 5 troops in for a spice, though. He might end up using talents to try and secure the water. So that he can then unload his water peddler and get the research station next round. It's very possible that might happen here. Gets a trash. Surely you get rid of your dagger here. So it's got to be something that's in his play area. So dagger goes. That's why Ikaz took the kind of the weird route that he did on the drawing and such. Maybe he thought he could do that. Definitely cannot. Beast is going to reveal for a load of swords that aren't doing anything. He would just take Face Dancer for faction access because he badly needs it, this Beast. His faction game has been really poor. And Hundro is going to reveal, take another point here. He's going to get to 6. Free to buy. I don't think he'll bother buying anything here. No, it doesn't bother. And so Ikaz could dagger for it, but I understand why not doing so. So combat resolves. Hundro takes it down with a pretty fortunate expedite find. It's a spice and a wall for Tesia, which is not the return she wanted. Just the spice for Ikaz, very expensive. Beast ready to take advantage of this situation as well. Beast loves everything that he's seen. It's economic supremacy. Which, I'll be honest, is probably not what the Beast wanted to see. He wanted just 2 clean points, and it's going to be more complicated than that. Ikaz is up... No, Tesia's up first here. You think Tesia's probably got a ship here and take the cash. Take the Emperor Alliance and just hold on for dear life. Maybe even double bump as Tesia. Like, legitimately consider experimentation, bump down, and double bump Emperor here. And just hold on for the point. Because scoring is getting more and more difficult for you here. I mean, Emperor would be 8. Opulence would be 9. I don't know where a 10... And then the Talaxu's 10. That's your 3 points. That's your route to 10. It's there. Is Tesifu's going to win this game? And I don't see how anyone stops you from scoring 10 either. No one's taken the... Oh, she took spies! Oh, she's going to do it this way and go for spacing instead. Oh, this is so much riskier. This is so much riskier. Oh, I don't know if I like this at all. Oh, no. I think this is greedy from Kirby. I think, yeah, just take the cash and just double bump the Emperor and take the tax point and get to 10. The problem is with doing this, she's also going to hope to hit the Emperor, I think, and just and try and score 11. She's going to kind of greed it here. But there's definite risk in this. I guess she figures that she can also just, like, find a way to conspire or something. But here we go. So Beast has to highline here. There's no way you don't. It's just mandatory, right? You have to... You have to do this. I don't see what else you've got. Highline, mine, go that and get Private Army going. You've got to score these points. Detonation as well. Has to win this. Hundro is up. Diplo's there. So, can definitely go to Wealth and get the point. I'd be definitely tempted just to score the point here and call it a day. But Research Station's there. And if you don't Research Station now, you're never getting there. Research Station can also look to bump up and get hold of your Talaxu point this way as well. As long as you don't play... Well, you can play Experimentation. You can not play Experimentation. It doesn't matter. I think Research Station's fine. The idea being that both Conspire and Wealth, you're not losing both of them. You're going to get one of them, you would imagine. So I think Research Station for me, bump up for the Beetle bump, and then Conspire or Wealth, whatever's there. If you don't Research Station now, you're never getting there. Is he eyeing up some quid pro quo nonsense? I don't think he's got the hand for it. No council access. There's no access to spy satellites, which he might want. Ekaz might want spy satellites as well. He's got no Fremen. And it takes the pressure off the Emperor here. So Ekaz would just gain a couple of points going there. He'd have to do it with his liaison, though, which isn't great. Oh, wow. Hundro does... He just conspires immediately. I don't hate it. He has Chow Murky, so he just has to worry about points. Resources don't matter to him here. He's trying to decide, does he want the spice or not? I don't know which is better here. I think I might prefer Wealth. It's close. Depends, do you want the troops and the intrigue? There is a second point to fight for. And you do have guaranteed hardy access. So, troops aren't unreasonable. And he does go for it. Finds Glimpse, which he can't use right now. So, Tesia has to go to Wealth now. Assuming that's what Tesia's doing, I assume she's just diploing to Wealth here and she's going to hold on and hope that she holds on to at least one alliance. Ekaz gets his smuggling shipping. Takes the cash. What does Ekaz want the cash for? Oh, for his Talaxu. Yeah, that works. That's not a bad idea. I like it. He's got to take a bump. So, yeah, you've got to threaten the spacing here. And now Tesia's in trouble. And now what does she do? Do you just go Wealth and hold on here? Thinking, well, I'm going to hold one of the alliances. Yeah, Tesia's made this complicated. Oh, where's she going? I can't believe that. I guess she figures she's got urgent mission. She pulls double convincing. She's at 9. That is wild. I mean, you might as well put him in. No reason not to. That is not the draw Tesia Verns was expecting. She trashed the Spice of Slow, by the way, so it's saying that she doesn't have corner. I would have considered keeping hold of it, truthfully, just in case someone else did have corner, just denying points. I don't know if Tesia Vernis is going to take it. I mean, she can take an action. She's got recruit mission, so she can still Diplo somewhere. But man, surely the Spacey Alliance is history. Beast is up. What is Beast considering here? Secrets for the point. Tactician is found. It's even more swords. He doesn't really need all these. He's going to get the victory pretty comfortably. It's looking good to get 11, though. Hundro will take the spice to redraw. Finds experimentation, which is pretty good. Well, I mean, it's good, but it's also not good. Like, he can't get a Talaxu Spice now. I think Hundra's made a bit of a mess of this. I think Hundra had to go research station first, and now it's, like, pretty complicated to know what he's going to do here. Yeah, I felt could have found an extra point, and has made a mess of it. So Hundro, if he wants the taxi point, has to bump up. Oh, he bumps down! Oh, and Hundro's going to take the alliance point from Tesia. Oh, no. And Tesia has been punished for her greed. And she's going to lose the Spacey Alliance as well. She went for both instead of just carting up the Emperor Alliance and taking it safely. Greed for both and is going to lose both. Surely it's assuming Ikaz hits Fold Space. I don't think he really wants to go Fold Space, but you have to go Fold Space here, right? You've got to take this point. I know you also want Spice Satellites, but no one else is taking it. Tesia has no actions. Beast has no Spice, nor does Hundro. It's Fold Space, Spice Satellites for me. It's just 3 points. And you hold on for Study Melange as well. So that gets you to like 9. Steel City Manufacturer is going to give you some spice as well. Well, now you could Diplo it if you want. But for me, it's Fold Space every day. You've got to take this alliance. And punish Tesia for her greed. Oh my goodness me. Ikaz is going to go for the battle point, and he's going to try to get to Steel Suits. Wow, Tesia is so lucky. How has she not lost this alliance? I have no idea. She's got to give something up here, though. I guess she's give up the shipping. Yeah. Tesia Vernis is going to hold on to this Space Alliance for reasons beyond my understanding. I can't believe she's going to get to 10 points here. Wow. This has been a crazy turn. Beast has one more action. I don't know what Beast does here. Does Beast just take as much spice as possible at Great Flat? He has the Great Flat, right? It's another point for him to score at Economic. He's only scoring 1 point currently, so surely it's Great Flat. Use your 2 tacticians and score 2 points with the combat and then score detonation and finish at 11. I don't see what else there possibly is. Yep. That is indeed the move. So Hundred's got one more action. Hundred can't win this. He knows he can't win it. He hasn't got Secret Forces going. No research station. Beast is going to use Sonic Snoopers here. They should officially go at the bottom of the deck, but it's not a big deal. Poison Snooper and Strong Arm are found. Strong Arm can't be used here, but you might as well snoop. There's no reason not to. And, I mean, I love it when people do that. Like, you're never trashing at this stage. Just draw it into your hand, but whatever. And I think Beast is going to win this 11. Unless Hundred can score a couple of points here. He could definitely score 1 point with the combat and get to 10. But I don't see how he's ever getting to 11. I don't think it's on. He's just going to put them in. But with no intrigues behind, this feels pretty bad. He opted not to take the Talaxu point. Which I think is still a mistake. But that's just me. Like, a guaranteed point versus a contested point. Guaranteed for me every day. So, Armanikaz not taking the Space Alliance can still go Spy Satellites. It's just 2 points, right? But I don't know, like, is Ikaz... Like, he went Hardy Warriors to go for the fight. Maybe Ekaz is going to go to Steel Suits here. And just take that point instead. I'd still rather take Spice Satellite. Starlight is 2 points. And you've got enough spice coming in for Study Melange. It's been a very interesting round 7, this. There's a lot to look back on here. I think all the players will look back and think there was some chances that went begging here. It's been that sort of game. Ekaz can still get to, like, 8 points, I think. He's got talents, which is 6 swords. It's not enough to win the conflict. Beast is sitting there ready to defend that, so... The only way that Ekaz might win is if he Carfags and gets lucky. That's basically it. He has a wild... Oh, that's a good point. Ekaz has a wild bump with Disguised Eureka. I missed that, actually. Didn't actually spot that he had that. I didn't realize it was fully active. So Ekaz is eyeing up Steel Suits. And he's going to go Mentat and see what happens here. I don't know what more information he's going to get here, but he's going to get some. So Tessia Vernius is going to hold on and get to 11 points here, which is crazy. Tessia Vernius should never have got 11 points, but she's going to. And Beast now has a serious problem here. I don't know who does yellow double cross. Double cross is red here. Not that it matters in the grand scheme of things. Beast is still going to win, and Ekaz is still going to get the battle point. So, Red will be a bit annoyed about that maybe, but he knows truthfully there was nothing he could do about the situation anyways. The problem with Beast here is that obviously he can score 3 points. But he's going to use up his spice to do it. So Ekaz not taking Tessia's alliance has cost Beast some points here. And he might feel a little aggrieved when he watched this back. Intrigue for Hundro. Dispatch is doing nothing. Trying to just find any resources, like Lisanne or something. Finds nothing. Ekaz has 5 in an action. I guess he's just going Spy Satellites then. Which feels kind of bad with Disguised. Like, at this point, you might as well just go Still Suits and use Disguise for wealth at this point. He's going to try and get lucky at Carfag. Oh, he finds Still Fixer. It's not what he wanted. He was looking for more swords, but he hasn't found them. Blackmail, Allied, obviously, Private Army. Was looking for any of it, and did not. So Ekaz gambles it at the conflict, trying to find some more points, but he doesn't get there. And he's going to reveal for some supplies, but that's basically it. Nothing else here. Ekaz has 6 swords, but so does Beast. So Beast is going to win the conflict, but Tessia Vernius is going to somehow win this game. I'm not entirely sure how she did. Maybe a bit of a benefactor of how the tables played out here. So, I mean, as Beast, I'd have probably just thrown the swords out and called it a day. So here comes talents for 6, but Beast knows they're fine. So Beast is going to win the game. Is going to win the fight, but not win the game. Tessia is going to come first here. Ekaz is going to get a couple of points, 1 for the combat, 1 for endgame. But that's it. Hundro Moritani is going to finish in 3rd place. It's another 3rd place for Valen, who's going to be desperate to win the last conflict here. I think Beast is a little unlucky this game to have not won this match. And we'll definitely be wondering what was going on at the spacing, but Kaz opted to try and gamble his way to try and get some more points when he didn't really need to. So, Kirby with the win. Desperately needed the win as well. Beast, second place. Valen third, Morsu fourth. So here's a look at the tables after what was, I think, a pretty complicated game. And I think it definitely got pretty tricky towards the back end, trying to work out what exactly was needed for players to do that. I think it was definitely hard to see, and especially when you're sitting up here, like, you can kind of see things a bit more clearly. It's definitely never that easy to know when you're sitting on the table and you don't have that information. But regardless, Kirby with a absolutely crucial win, taking him to 14 points, a couple of wins from his 4 games. It is still not guaranteed by any stretch for him to make it through to the quarterfinals directly. Captain West can definitely win and win decently and usurp that. Fweak still has definite chances as well. Getting to second place from his 2 games is not bad, but feels that he's going to want to win to really force his way into those top parts of the table. Valen, however, with only 7 points in 3 games, will feel that if they want a top 4 finish, they probably need to win the last match there. So pressure's going to be on there for sure. Unfortunately, not much for Morsu to show for the campaign, but a win in the final game can still have him challenge for a top 6 finish and find his way potentially into the first knockout round. Yeah, definitely difficult at the end there, though. I think players, maybe, a little bit difficult to determine exactly what's going on. It's definitely benefited Tezia. Tezia not losing the Spacey Alliance was a big choice. And I can kind of understand if Morsu, I can kind of get maybe Morsu decide not to and thinking other things may be a priority. But when you've got the bumps there and Tezia leaves it unguarded, I mean, obviously you don't know that she's got urgent mission, so that she can obviously reprotect the Alliance, but like she can have stuff on reveal. You know, you never quite know really when she's intrigued up. So, you know, if you go there and she has a double bump somehow, that's the way it goes occasionally. It's what you got to do. But end of the day, like, Spice Lads are still there. So I think, you know, Fweak can maybe come out of that feeling probably should have won the game, and probably should have won the game, really, especially with that Desert Power round. Scoring 3 points off a Tier 1 conflict was absolutely wild, but not managing to be able to convert it into a win. So Fweak is going to have work to do here. It was a great chance to really put a stake towards the top end of the table, but it's going to have to find another way to do that now. So other than that, though, we're going to call that a video. So thank you for watching. It was a very interesting game. I'm curious to see what you guys made of this one, and decisions that were taken. You know, I do think there were different ways players could have taken it, but again, when you're sitting at the table, it's difficult sometimes to know what is the right call. So you know, that's the way it goes occasionally. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you all in the next conflict.